भारती न्यूज, सीधा, सटीक और निष्पक्ष।
Good evening and welcome to Bharati News. I'm Vansh Wadhavan and let's have a look at the biggest news stories of the day, starting with national headlines. The high-profile Kolkata doctor rape and murder case concluded after City Court sentenced Sanjay Roy, the accused, to life imprisonment till death on Monday. Roy was convicted of the rape and murder of an on-duty doctor at the state-run Arjikar Medical College and Hospital on Saturday. However, the case is likely to move to the higher courts depending on the two parties' next move. Roy was held guilty of the crime committed against the postgraduate trainee doctor at the hospital on August 9 last year, which sparked off unprecedented and prolonged nationwide protests led by doctors. Though the court did not give a death sentence to the accused, the protesting doctors and the victim's parents demanded a capital punishment for Roy, who brutally killed the victim after raping her on the premises of the hospital. In India, capital punishment is given in only the rarest of the rare cases. The death sentence are also criticized by a quarter of population, citing humanitarian grounds. Notwithstanding, there were some occasions in the Indian history of Indian judiciary in which the judges pronounced the death penalty for the accused. Supreme Court stays proceeding in defamation case against Rahul Gandhi over remarks against Amit Shah. Earlier, Rahul Gandhi sought to quash the ongoing defamation proceedings in the lower court over controversial statement he made against then BJP President Amit Shah in 2019. During one of his public speeches in Chaibasa before the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, Rahul Gandhi had allegedly referred to Shah as a murderer. A bench of Justice Vikram Nath and Sandeep Mehta issued a notice to the Jharkhand government and the BJP leader while seeking their response on Rahul Gandhi's appeal. Gandhi, however, has challenged the Jharkhand High Court order which rejected his petition to quash proceedings against him in a trial court in connection with the complaint. During the hearing of the matter, Rahul Gandhi's lawyer Abhishek Manu Singhvi said that if you're not the affected party, then you cannot file a lawsuit. Coming to international news, Donald Trump announces establishment of External Revenue Services will tariff and tax foreign countries, not US citizens. Listing his executive orders, Trump has also announced reinstating any service member who was unjustly expelled from the US military for objecting to the COVID-19 vaccine. Soon after taking oath as the 47th President of the United States, Donald Trump on Monday announced the establishment of the External Revenue Service to tariff and tax foreign countries instead of taxing US citizens. He also vowed to overhaul the trade system to protect American families and workers. He said, "I will immediately begin to overhaul our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our own citizens, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our own citizens. For this purpose, we are establishing the External Revenue Service to collect our tariffs, duties and revenues," Trump said at his inaugural address on Monday. Earthquake of magnitude 6 jolts southern Taiwan, 15 people hospitalized with injuries. Earthquake in Taiwan. Taiwan's fire department said 15 people were sent to the hospital for minor injuries. There were no immediate reports of deaths from the earthquake, though rescuers were still assessing the damage. A strong earthquake of magnitude 6 on the Richter scale jolted southern Taiwan on Tuesday, leaving 15 people with minor injuries and promoting emergency responses across the region. According to the US Geological Survey, its epicenter was located 12 kilometers north of Yujing at a depth of 10 kilometers. However, Taiwan's Central Weather Administration recorded a slightly higher magnitude of 6.4. While no deaths have been reported, rescue teams remain on high alert and actively assessing the extent of the damage. The tremor caused buildings to shake and startled residents, some of whom were forced to evacuate temporarily. Coming to sports news, Virat Kohli set to play in Ranji Trophy in 13 years, making himself available for Delhi's game versus Railways. Virat Kohli last played a Ranji Trophy match against Uttar Pradesh back in 2012. He's now set to play in the premier domestic tournament after more than 12 years. Kohli has made himself available for Delhi's game against Railways. In a major development, Indian star Virat Kohli has made himself available for Delhi's Ranji Trophy clash against Railways beginning on January 30th. Kohli is set to play his first Ranji Trophy game in 13 years after last featuring in 2012. As per a report in PTI, Kohli has communicated his availability to the DDCA He could not make it to Delhi squad for the 6th round clash against Saurashtra starting January 2023 due to a neck sprain. However, he is now available for the last group game against Railways, is now set to step on the field in the Ranji Trophy for the first time since 2012. If you have that hunger, you will always fight back. Mohammad Shami, eager for India's return. Mohammad Shami is set to play for India after more than a year. He was on the mend due to an ankle injury that he picked up during the ODI World Cup 2023. Shami is eager to make his India return in the T20I series against England. Mohammad Shami is set to make his much-awaited return to the international cricket after being away from the Indian colours for more than a year. Shami picked up an ankle injury during the ODI World Cup 2023 and has not played for India since then. He underwent surgery and is now set for an India return. However, Shami has been named in India's squad for the England's T20I and ODIs alongside the Champions Trophy 2025. He opened up on that hunger that is needed to bounce back from threatening injuries. Ending with business news, it should be noted that the Vande Bharat Express is currently operating 136 services across the country, and the new Jammu-Srinagar route is expected to enhance tourism in the Kashmir Valley and contribute to the region's economic growth. The Indian Railways said that a trial run is a critical step before the commercial launch of the services. That just before the final launch of the Vande Bharat Express train, the operation of the new Vande Bharat Express train will be maintained by Northern Railways Jammu Division, and the trial run of the train will help assess various technical aspects of the train's performance on the challenging train of the region. So that concludes our news bulletins for today. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned to Bharati News for continuous coverage and more updates. Wishing you a good evening and a great night ahead. Thank you.
भारती न्यूज़, सीधा, सटीक और निष्पक्ष।